Motherfucker.
Hold up, I hope y'all watching this shit.
First round, real quick.
People that are in those training rooms with him know how good
Because he just knocked dudes out real quick.
Motherfucker.
Hold up, I hope y'all watching this shit.
First round, real quick.
People that are in those training rooms with him know how good
Because he just knocked dudes out real quick in the first round.
Yeah, but now we're gonna get a good. That's why I fuck with this guy. He just, to me, I thought he was a con artist, just based off his look.
They're at edge.
Holy shit! What the hell just happened?
What's up, motherfuckers? Welcome to Easy Money, a sports betting show. Thursday, December 2nd, 2021. Hope everybody's having a good week. We have a good show planned for you today. Got Thursday night football tonight. All right, let's check our sound real quick. No, I want to thank everybody for joining us today. Hope if you missed yesterday's interview, yesterday evening, we had pro wrestler Christian Cash on GWR yesterday evening at 6. If you missed that show, go check it out. It was a great conversation. You can find that on our YouTube page, Facebook, Twitch. But go check that out. We had a great conversation with Christian Cash right now. Before we get started today, don't forget we're live Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. Eastern with Easy Money, a sports betting show. Come join us. We're giving out winners. That show's live on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch. We're also live Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 1 p.m. Eastern with GSR Gonzo Sports Room. That's our sports talk show. That show's also live on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch. So make sure you join us for that. And then we also have GWR, which we're getting ready to announce our weekly show for that. But we do live shows here for that. Been doing a lot of interviews. We've interviewed close to 20 to 25 pro wrestlers now. So go check out our YouTube page. If you're a wrestling fan, you'll enjoy that stuff. But all right, also you can find Easy Money, a sports betting show, and GSR Gonzo Sports Room in a podcast form on Apple Podcast, Anchor Podcast, Spotify, Google Podcasts. Most places you listen to podcasts, you can find us. Follow us on social media, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, all at Gonzo Sports Room. That's where you find all the information about any of our shows. We post our daily picks for Easy Money, a sports betting show on there. I mean, everything gets posted on social media. So follow us on social media so you don't miss anything. At Gonzo Sports Room, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Check out our YouTube page. Please hit that subscribe button. We have a lot of content on there. We got you can see me get chopped. There's a lot of stuff on there. Go check it out. Please hit that subscribe button. We'd greatly appreciate it. Check out our merch store, streamlabs.com/Gonzalez Sports/merch. You can see some of our t-shirts behind us. We also just had a new t-shirt just dropped last Friday. Go check it out. It's a new GWR shirt. Got a new Easy Money, a new GSR shirt getting ready to drop here within the next few days. So keep an eye out for that. And one more big announcement. This Sunday, we will be live at 8 p.m. Eastern with a live watch-along and reaction to NXT War Games. We have a couple guests that are going to be here with us. Should be a great time, so make sure you join us for that Sunday evening. But all right, let's get into talking some sports and some odds and some spreads and all that good shit. All right, starting the NFL. Got Thursday night football tonight. Got the Dallas Cowboys at the New Orleans Saints. The Cowboys are 6-point favorites. They're minus 290 on the money line. The Saints are plus 235 on the money line. Over-under for this game is at 47. this is an interesting game. The Saints have been struggling offensively, but they have a pretty good defense. The Cowboys have been up and down as well. It's not like they've been that they've just been dominating. I think this is going to be a closer game than what people think. I like the Saints here plus the 6. I think the Saints defense is going to come out, give Dallas some trouble, and I can see the Saints offense. I can see the Saints winning this game, but I think the Cowboys will probably win. But I think 6 points is too many. I think it's going to be a 3-point game. So I like the Saints plus the 6, and I like the under the 47. I think it's going to be more of a defensive battle. The Saints offense isn't going to put up a bunch of points anyway because they have too many injuries. But I think their defense is going to be able to keep them in the game. I think it'll be a close game. So I lean toward the under the 47 in this game, and I like the Saints at the plus 6. Like I said, I can see Dallas winning this game, but I think the Saints are going to give Dallas's offense. I think the Saints defense will give Dallas's offense a lot of trouble and keep the Saints in this game. So I like the Saints plus 6. All right. We'll come back and talk some more NFL here in a few. Talk about some of the Sunday games in NFL here in a few, but let's move on. Let's talk some. Let's take a look at some of the NBA games that we have for today. First game is the Milwaukee Bucks at the Toronto Raptors. The Bucks are 4-point favorites on the road. They're minus 180 on the money line. The Raptors are plus 152 on the money line. Over under for this game is at 215. I like the Bucks here. The Raptors struggle. They struggle to score. They average right around 98 points a game. Raptors do play good defense, so they only give up around 100 points a game. But the Bucks, I just think the Bucks have too much firepower for them. Bucks are finally getting healthy, and the Bucks have a good defense. So I think the Raptors are going to have trouble keeping up with the Bucks offense. I like the Bucks minus 4 here, and I'll lean toward the under the 215 on this game. All right. Next game is the Chicago Bulls at New York Knicks. The Bulls are 2-point favorites on the road. They're minus 130 on the money line. The Knicks are plus 110 on the money line. Over-under for this game is at 209.5. This is an interesting game because the Bulls have got off to a good start this season. They've made a lot of changes over the offseason. Made a trade, brought in DeRozan, brought in Lonzo Ball, some of them guys. And the Knicks are a young team. They have a good roster. It's just somehow they find ways to blow games. They blew a game against the Nets earlier this week, a game that they could have won and just kind of choked it away at the end. But the Bulls are kind of the same. Bulls, in my eyes, can do the same. They're kind of a streaky team. I like the Knicks here at home. I think the Knicks defense is going to give the Bulls a little bit of trouble, a little more trouble than what people think. I like but I'm not going to mess around with the 2 points, so I'll take the Knicks at the plus 108 on the money line. Then we have the OKC Thunder at the Memphis Grizzlies. The Grizzlies are 9.5-point favorites at home. They're minus 420 on the money line. The Thunder are plus 330 on the money line. Over-under for this game is set at 213. Neither one of these teams are great. I think Memphis is the better team in this game, but I think 9.5 is too many points. 9.5 is a lot of points. I know the Thunder aren't a great team, and they can struggle. They do have their best player, Gilchrist Alexander, back. This is a game I'm probably going to stay away from. I would lean toward it. I'd actually lean toward the Thunder at the plus 9.5. And I think I like the over the 213 in this game. But I think Memphis will win this game. I just think 9.5 is probably too many points. Next game we have is the Detroit Pistons at the Phoenix Suns. The Suns are 12-point favorites at home. They're minus 800 on the money line. The Pistons are plus 560 on the money line. Over-under for this game set at 209. The Pistons are one of the worst teams in the league. I don't see them being able to keep up scoring with the Suns, and I don't see their defense being able to slow the Suns down very much. I like the Suns here at the minus 12. 12. I know 12 is a lot of points, but I think the Suns are going to be way too much for the Pistons tonight. I lean toward the over the 209 as well. Then we have the Spurs at the Trailblazers. The Trailblazers are 5-point favorites at home. They're minus 200 on the money line. You have the Spurs at plus 172 on the money line. Over-under for this game is set at 216. The Blazers are the more talented team here. They haven't always played like that this season. Damian Lillard has struggled shooting the ball. He's not been able to find his rhythm. I like Portland in this game, though. I think Portland's is going to have too much offense for the Spurs, and the Spurs just don't have enough offense of themselves right now. I like Portland at the minus 5, and I like the under the 216 here because I just don't see the Spurs scoring a whole. I don't think the Spurs will get over 100 points in this game. But I like the Blazers minus 5. All right, that looks like that's all the NBA games that we have today. So we have a pretty good slate. You got NFL, got Thursday night football tonight. Got five NBA games tonight. Of course, there's going to be some college basketball. I don't think there's any college football tonight. Let me check. No, there's no college football till tomorrow night. So we will go through them college football games on Easy Money, a sports betting show tomorrow. Looks like we have there's like 4 college football games tomorrow. So we will definitely talk about that. Let's take a quick look over and see what we got in the Ncaa basketball. I'm not going to go through all the games, but I usually go through some of the games that I find interesting and think there's some value in. Got a lot of, because right now in college basketball you just have so many games of these little small colleges playing bigger colleges. I like it a lot better when we get into the conference play. Like most of these games aren't even teams that are. Let's see what we got. We'll go through a few of them here. Yeah, most of these are all smaller college. You got Missouri at Liberty, Oral Roberts at TCU. TCU's 8.5-point favorites. I like TCU in this game. Minus the 8.5. TCU's 8.5-point favorites are minus 385 on the money line. Oral Roberts is plus 300 on the money line. Over under for this game is at 146.5. I like TCU I would go with TCU minus the 8.5, and I lean toward the over the 146.5. Let's see. You got Lamar at Mississippi State. Mississippi State is 23-point favorites. That's just too many points. Youngstown State at UW Milwaukee. UW Milwaukee's 4.5-point favorites. I lean toward UW Milwaukee on that game. I also lean toward the over the 136.5. A lot of these are smaller colleges. Lipscomb at Belmont. Montana State, Yeah, we just don't have Denver at Wyoming. Wyoming's 19.5-point favorites in this game. Got a lot of big spreads in the college basketball games tonight. Valparaiso at Drake. Got a lot of games tonight, but there's not really none of the big marquee games tonight. But you get a lot of that at the beginning of the college season. That's one reason why I'll do a whole lot of college betting, basketball betting. Yep, but do got a game here. California against Oregon State. California is minus 2.5-point favorites. They're minus 152 on the money line. Over under for this game is at 126. 126 is pretty low. That's just a little over 60 points apiece. I like California in this game at the minus 2.5. And I like the over the 126 because you're talking that's over 50 that's just a little over 60 points a game or 60 points a piece. I like the over the 126 and a half in that game as well. All right, let's go. Let's take a look at let's talk some. Let's go back to the NFL. Look ahead at some of the Sunday games. We'll give our official NFL picks. We put them out Sunday mornings before 9 a.m. Usually out sometime Saturday night after midnight. Same way with our college football picks. We usually have them up sometime Friday night after midnight before around 9 o'clock Saturday morning. And we will definitely get into some of that. Actually, let's talk a little bit of college football first before we get into that. I know there's no games tonight, but let's look ahead at Saturday. You have a lot of the conference championship games. Got a lot of good games on Saturday. Going to be a fun weekend in college football. Couple of the big games that we do have on Saturday is you're going to have Michigan you're going to have Georgia at Alabama. This should be a good game. Georgia's 6.5-point favorites. These games here can have complications on the college football playoff as well. These conference championship games do. But Georgia's 6.5-point favorites. They're minus 250 on the money line. Alabama's plus 198 on the money line. And the over-under for this game is at 49.5. I like the over the 49.5 in this game. I think, this is going to be a good game. I think Georgia's the better team. But the better team don't always win, and I think this is going to be a lot closer game than what some people are expecting. I could see Alabama pulling the upset here. Right now, I'm leaning toward Georgia, but like I said, we'll keep doing some research throughout the week and we'll give out the exact pick on Saturday, but. I'm leaning toward Georgia right now, the 6.5. But if it gets above 6.5, I wouldn't take it. Maybe 7, just because you have a chance for a push. But after that, then you also have a big game, huge game for Cincinnati. You got Houston at Cincinnati. Cincinnati's 10.5-point favorites in this game, which to me seems like a lot. Houston's a good football team. It's should be a fun game to watch. Cincinnati needs to win this game. If they win this game, they should have a hell of a chance of getting in the college football playoffs. Depending on what happens with everybody else, a lot of people still think that they're going to end up screwing Cincinnati, even if Cincinnati wins this game and finishes undefeated. That they're going to that the college football committee is going to screw them anyway and not let them in. If they do that, there's going to be a big uproar. I'll lean towards Cincinnati in this game. I think 10.5 might be too many points, so I could see this being a close game. Another game I'm real interested in, Big Ten championship game. You have Michigan against Iowa. Michigan's coming off a big win against Ohio State. First time they've beaten Ohio State in, 8 years? First time that they've beaten Ohio State since Jim Harbaugh's been there. But Michigan's 10.5-point favorites on the road against Iowa. Iowa's plus 360 on the money line. Michigan's minus 500 on the money line. Over-under for this game is at 43.5. Michigan wins this game, they're going to be in the college football playoffs for sure. They lose this game, they could fall out. I would say they probably do fall out. Iowa don't have a great offense, but where Iowa wins games at is with their defense. They have a good defense, opportunistic defense. They can come up with a lot of turnovers at times. I think Michigan's the better football team here. I think Michigan's going to win this game. 10.5. I think 10.5 is a little too many points. 10 would probably be about the max I would go, and that would be because you get a chance for a push as well. I think this could be a close game. What scares me is a letdown for Michigan. You see a lot when you get these teams that come up with a big win that people don't expect them to get, or come up with a big upset, or just flat out win a big game, beat a big high-ranked opponent. The next game they come out and have a letdown. I hope that don't happen with Michigan, because I'd like to see Michigan make the college football playoffs and see what they can do. Plus, if they lose this game, we might not get a Big Ten team in the college football playoffs. I guess Ohio State might have a chance if Michigan was to lose, but I don't know. But I think Michigan's going to win the game. I think 10.5 is too many points, though. I think it's going to be a competitive game. It's going to be a fun game to watch Saturday night. You got USC at Cal Saturday night. So you got some good football games this weekend to watch. These conference championship games should be fun to watch. And then NFL, of course, you never know what's going to happen in the NFL from week to week. We've already talked about tonight's Thursday night game. I like the Saints in that game. All right, let's look ahead at a few more of these NFL games for this weekend. You have the Minnesota Vikings at the Detroit Lions. The Vikings are 7-point favorites on the road. I like the Vikings here to come back, get a big win after they fell apart against the 49ers over the last week. The Lions just find ways to lose games. They've been competitive in a lot of games. I'll give Dan Campbell that. They have been competitive in a lot of games. They just seem to find ways to lose games at the end of the game. But that's part of building that winning culture. Once they get over closer to the game time, because that could go up more than 7. And I like it at 7. I don't know if I like it at too many more points than that. Then you have the Arizona Cardinals at the Chicago Bears. Cardinals are 7.5-point favorites on the road, minus 360 on the money line. The Bears are plus 290 on the money line. The Cardinals are the better team when healthy. Kyler Murray hasn't been playing. Hopkins hasn't been playing. Well, they're talking about it right now. Let's see what they say if they're expected to play. If they're expected to play. If Kyler Murray's expected to play, I like Arizona here. I'd rather get it at 7 than 7.5. They both were limited at practice yesterday. They've both missed the last 3 games. They're still a game, more of a game time decision. So I'd keep an eye on that. See who's going to be playing for the Cardinals. But even if they don't play, I still think the Cardinals have a heck of a chance to beat the Bears. I'm not sure if Fields will be starting or if Dalton will be starting. Don't know if Fields will be back yet or not. But the Bears struggle. Arizona is definitely the better team when they're healthy, but when they're not, if they're not healthy, I don't. If Murray and Hopkins aren't playing, I don't think I give up 7.5 against the Bears. That being at 7.5 makes me think that the books think that Murray and Hopkins are going to play. Then you have the Bucks at the Falcons. Tampa Bay's 11-point favorites on the road against the Falcons. They're minus 560 on the money line. Falcons are plus 420 on the money line. Over-under for this game's at 50.5. I think Tampa Bay wins this game, don't get me wrong. I think 11 points is too many. The Falcons can play competitive games a lot, and when they're off, especially when Matt Ryan's playing well, their offense gets going, they compete in a lot of games. Tampa Bay should have lost last week. If the Colts, some of it was the coaching, I think, and then just stupid turnovers. The Colts outplayed the Bucs. It wasn't like the Bucs played a great game. It was more that the Colts left the Bucs in the game. So I'm kind of leaning right now towards the Falcons at the plus 11. I think 11's a lot of points. I think this could be a competitive game. It's a division game. It's just there's a lot goes into these games. I think this is going to be a closer game than what people think. Then you have the Colts at the Texans. Colts are 10-point favorites on the road against Houston. I like the Colts here, but that's another thing. 10 points. 10 points is a lot of points in the NFL. I don't know if I want to lay 10 points. Money line's way too expensive, though. So this is a game I lean toward the Colts. I think the Colts are going to win the game. But I'm just not sure if I'm comfortable enough to give up 10 points. It'll be something I'll keep an eye on throughout the week. Over-under is 45.5. I think I would go with the over on that. Eagles at the Jets. Eagles are 7-point favorites. Eagles are coming off a loss to the Giants. The Jets are struggling. There's times they look competitive and look a bit like they're getting better. Then it's like they just fall back to their old ways. I don't have a whole lot of faith in either one of these teams. It's a game I'm probably going to stay away from. I would lean toward the Eagles at the -7. If you like the Eagles, I would get it now before that goes up because I can see that going up. Chargers at the Bengals. This is going to be a good game. I don't know what's happened to the Chargers. Excuse me. Bengals are 3-point favorites at home in this game. Chargers looked like one of the best teams in the league at the beginning of the season. And then here lately, they just looked terrible. They looked terrible over the weekend or last game. Excuse me. Bengals are a much improved team this year. When their offensive line, Bengals to me comes down to their offensive line. When their offensive line is, excuse me. There we go. All right. When their offensive line is playing well, the Bengals can beat, I think, about anybody. They have the quarterback. They have weapons. The two keys to the Bengals is their offensive line and their defense. Their defense is much improved since last year. But if that defense keeps improving, Bengals are going to be a hard team to beat. Don't know what happened to the Chargers. They look like one of the better teams in the league. I like the Bengals in this game. I think the Chargers are probably the better team, I would like to think. But they just haven't been playing well at all. Their defense is terrible. They have the worst rushing defense, one of the worst rushing defenses in the league. I lean toward the Bengals in this game. Like I said, we'll give out our official picks. Got the Giants at the Dolphins. Dolphins are 4.5-point favorites. Dolphins have looked pretty good last game. Giants came up with a big win. Giants have had chances to win games that they've lost. Excuse me. Giants are finally getting healthier. They came up with a big win against Philadelphia last week in a game that most people thought they would lose. I'm not sold on the Dolphins. They're more of an up and down team. Sometimes they have a decent defense. But I like the Giants here. I think the Giants are getting healthy at the right time. I think the Giants are going to go on a little bit of a run here. Not saying they're going to go on a big run, but I think the Giants played pretty competitive when they didn't have some of their players. Now they get Saquon back. They're getting. I like the Giants plus 4.5. Then you have the Washington football team at the Las Vegas Raiders. The Raiders have been an up and down team all year. Raiders are 2.5-point favorites right now in this game. Washington football team. I've been looking pretty good. They have their defense is starting to play Washington's defense is starting to play now like we thought they were going to be early in the season. They're starting to look like one of the better defenses. We thought we'd see that earlier in the season because of what they had last year. Well, for some reason, it took them a little bit, probably some injuries, but it took them a little bit to get going. They're looking a lot better. They're getting good play out of Heineke at quarterback. I think I like the football team over the Raiders here. I'm just not sold on the Raiders' defense, and their offense is so up and down. Ravens at the Steelers. Ravens are 4.5-point favorites on the road. The Steelers are struggling. They struggle on offense. They're struggling on defense. Offensive line's not great. Big Ben's struggled a little more. He's just at this stage in his career where he's not going to stay back there and hold on to that ball and take the hit and try to make a throw downfield. He's going to get rid of that ball quick. But the Ravens didn't look real great last game. I mean, yeah, they won over Cleveland, but there's some stuff they got to get going. But I lean toward the Ravens here at the -4.5. Then you have the Jacksonville Jaguars at the Los Angeles Rams. The Jags had a rough year. Rams are 13-point favorites. Matt Stafford had a terrible game last week. Hell, I think he threw the ball. He almost completed more passes to the damn opponent than he did the Rams. I mean, he just had a bad game. Rams didn't have one of their better games. I like the Rams in this game. 13 to me is a lot of points. 49ers, that's the Seahawks. 49ers are 3.5-point favorites. I like the 49ers here. Seahawks just haven't looked like the Seahawks are struggling. I think Russell Wilson rushed back a little bit. I still don't think his fingers completely healed. And but the 49ers are just the hotter team right now. Broncos at the Chiefs. Broncos coming off a big win over the weekend. Chiefs are starting to play better as well. I like the Chiefs here, but 9.5 points to me is a lot of points, especially the way the Chiefs have been playing. But I'm gonna wait and see where the spread goes. And then the game that on Monday night that might be one of the best games of the week. Excuse me, the New England Patriots at the Buffalo Bills. And if I would have said that earlier in the year, people would have laughed. If I would have said this might be one of the best games of the week, because everybody thought Buffalo was going to be hands down. Everybody thought that Buffalo was going to be hands down better than New England. That hasn't been the case. New England's one of the hottest teams in the league right now. They've won like 6 in a row. Rookie quarterback Mac Jones is playing well. Defense, they're led by a good defense, have a good running game, and then their rookie quarterback manages the game well. Don't make mistakes. Not turning the ball over. This is going to be a heck of a game. I like the Patriots here at +2.5. All right, let's get to my picks of the day. That's all the NFL games. Like I said, we'll talk a lot more about those games tomorrow. College football tomorrow, and all that good stuff. But all right, my picks for tonight or for today. I like the Saints. Saints +6 tonight in Thursday night football against the Dallas Cowboys. I like the Milwaukee Bucks -4 over the Toronto Raptors. I like the New York Knicks money line at home tonight against the Chicago Bulls. I like the Phoenix Suns. That's went down to I like the Phoenix Suns -11.5 against the Detroit Pistons. And I like the I like Portland -5 against the San Antonio Spurs. And then I'll go ahead and give you guys a couple college basketball picks as well. I like TCU -8.5, and I like Cal -2.5. All right, to recap, since there's only, but yeah, to recap, I like the Saints +6, the Bucks -4, the New York Knicks money line, the Phoenix Suns -11.5, Portland Trailblazers -5, TCU in college basketball -8.5, and Cal -2.5. But all right, before we get out of here, talk show, come join us for that. A couple of the other guys are usually here with me, have an entertaining conversation. That show's also live on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch. You can find Easy Money, a sports betting show, and GSR Gonzo Sports Room in podcast form on Apple Podcast, Anchor Podcast, Spotify, Google Podcast. Most places you listen to a podcast, you can find us. Follow us on social media. That's where we post everything about any of our shows. Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, all at Gonzo Sports Room. We post our daily picks for Easy Money, a sports betting show there. Just any information about our shows, interview announcements, everything gets posted to our social media. So follow us on there so you don't miss out. Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, at Gonzo Sports Room. Check out our merch store, streamlabs.com/Gonzalez Sports /merch. See some of our t-shirts here behind me. We have hoodies, beanies, hats, long sleeve tees, all kinds of different things on there. We have our new GWR shirt that we just dropped last week on there. It's a little bit different than the one you see here. Has the front of it looks a lot the same, but we changed up the logo a little bit, and then on the back has the outline of the state of Indiana. It says the voice of Indiana Independent Wrestling. So go check it out. Streamlabs.com/Gonzalez Sports /merch. Get yourself some GSR, GWR, and Easy Money gear. We'd greatly appreciate it. We also have a donation page at that same link if you'd like to donate to the show to help the show grow. We'd appreciate that as well. A couple announcements real quick before you get out. Don't forget, Sunday, we will be live Sunday night, 8 p.m. Eastern, with a live watch along in reaction to NXT War Games. Got a couple guests. We got a couple guests lined up that's going to be here with us for that show. You don't want to miss it. So tune in Sunday, 8 p.m. Eastern. It's going to be an entertaining and fun night. Also, next Wednesday, December 8th, we have special guest Travis Southern will be joining us for a special GWR Live. That's at 3 p.m. Wednesday afternoon. Don't want to miss this. Should be a great conversation. So make sure you join us for that. We're working on some other stuff. Next weekend, let's pack the house at Wrestling Theology Fellowship, Blizzard Brawl. We're going to be in attendance there. Come see us. We'd love to see you guys and get to talk to a lot of you guys there at that show. Then on Sunday next week, we're going to be in Bloomington for MPG Wrestling Christmas Clash featuring James Storm. Come join us in Bloomington. Let's pack the house. If you can't get to Bloomington, we will have live coverage on YouTube and Twitch of that event. So join us for that. And then the week after that, we're going to be in Lafayette for BMFX season beatings. So come join us there. We will also have live coverage of that as well on our YouTube and Twitch pages. So we've got a lot of stuff coming up. We appreciate everybody's support. Hope everybody has a great day. We will see you guys tomorrow, 11 a.m. Eastern, with Easy Money Sports Betting Show, and again at 1 with GSR Gonzo Sports Room. Hope everybody's having a great week. Work week's almost over. Be safe. We'll see you guys tomorrow at 11. Peace.